Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5.
We're tracking the investigation into several break-ins in Lexington. One was caught on tape.
Senator Paul makes a stop in Lexington and hints at when he'll make an announcement about a possible run for president.
The Cats return to Rupp following a win over Kansas. We're live with a preview of tonight's game. WKYT News at 5 starts now.
Several businesses had to clean up today after burglars broke in overnight. Lexington police say that someone broke into China King and a nail salon on Bryan Station Road.
Another break-in happened just hours later at Mi Pequeña Hacienda at the corner of Lansdowne and Reynolds Road. That time, the burglars were caught on tape. WKYT's Garrett Weimer is tracking the investigation in our top story at 5.
5 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday is a popular time to be here at Mi Pequeña Hacienda, but it was about 5 o'clock this morning that break-in was reported. We're told whoever did it did get away with some cash from the restaurant's cash registers, but the whole thing was caught on surveillance video.
Somebody coming and robbing my cashiers and broke the doors. Everything is fine, you know.
The restaurant's owner says he's not sure why someone would do that, but the video shows just what happened. The suspect busting open the cash register and busting down a door. The scene here at Mi Pequeña Hacienda was one of several business break-ins in Lexington overnight. The owner here says a few years ago someone broke in and stole one of their TVs, but they haven't had anything like this happen before.
But it's the people, you know, you never understand the people don't want to go to work anymore, or I don't know what's going on.
Police say they do believe the two break-ins at Bryan Station Road are connected, but they don't believe those are connected to the break-in here. In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Police say the burglars took cash from the China King. They don't think anything was taken from the nail salon. It looks like this early winter that we've been having is planning to take the weekend off. Our temperatures will be closer to normal the next couple of days, but it won't stay that way long.
Take advantage of it while you can. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey's here to talk about the weekend forecast.
Yeah, looking good to start things out, guys. We have sunshine that is out there. Yes, I know temperatures are still a little on the chilly side, but hang in there. We're going to see thermometers going up over the next few days. Here's a little look as the sun calls it quits on a Friday, heading into our weekend with a mostly sunny sky that is out there. Overall, pretty good looking weekend that is in store if you like milder temperatures. Sunday kind of goes the other way. Current readings range from an even freezing into northern Kentucky to 37 in Lexington, 41 showing up for the good folks here into Somerset in Pulaski County. But across northern Kentucky, a little bit of moisture coming in later tonight. Touch of some frozen precipitation if you're traveling northbound on 75 toward the Covington-Cincinnati area early tomorrow morning. Keep that in mind. Everybody else should be in pretty good shape. Wind chill right now, it's an even freezing in Lexington, so you still have to bundle up if you're going to be outdoors. Live First Alert Defender, nothing showing up until we get into western Kentucky. Clouds are increasing, a hint of some moisture out there. That is the leading edge of the milder air that is pushing in. Yes, anyone is fair game for a shower tomorrow, but it's the late weekend rain and wind that will take center stage from the mild temperatures, dare we say balmy, given how cold it's been. And guys, coming up after that, guess what I'm working on for Thanksgiving week? Remember it snowed on Halloween? We'll see if we can do it again for Thanksgiving. Make it 2 for 2 for holidays. We'll let you know with the 7-day forecast just ahead.
The president following up last night's immigration announcement to the nation with a trip to Las Vegas.
And while there, he highlighted his plan to save millions from deportation. As Craig Boswell reports, Republicans are furious and promising retaliation.
At a campaign-like rally in Las Vegas, President Obama explained why he took action to shield as many as 5 million undocumented immigrants from deportation.
We are a nation of immigrants, and that means that we're constantly being replenished with strivers who believe in the American dream.
Adults with children born in the U.S. or with permanent legal status can apply for a 3-year work permit. A simplified visa process will allow high-tech workers and foreign students in STEM courses to stay longer. It keeps heightened security on the southern border and focuses on deporting those who are high risk.
Republicans say any chance of passing immigration reform was shattered with the president going it alone. GOP leaders called it illegal amnesty and an abuse of executive authority.
The president has taken actions that he himself has said are those of a king or an emperor.
Outside the White House Friday, mothers eligible for relief under the president's plan celebrated a victory, joined by others who won't qualify.
I'm happy, a little happy and sad too, because I'm qualified, because I have my daughter's citizen, my friends here is not qualified.
They're caught in the escalating battle between the White House and the incoming Republican-controlled Congress. Craig Boswell, CBS News, the White House.
The Affordable Care Act is getting dragged into the fight over immigration. House Republicans filed a lawsuit against the health care law as a response to the president's immigration plan. The House authorized the lawsuit in July. One Republican Party official says leaders are considering amending the suit to include the president's action on immigration. Well, Kentucky Senator Rand Paul calls it unconstitutional.
Speaking in Lexington today to members of the Kentucky Association of Counties, the senator said he expects the president's actions to end up in front of the U.S. Supreme Court. WKYT's Kristen Kennedy has his reaction and asked him about a possible run for the White House in 2016.
Senator Paul told members of the Kentucky Association of Counties he agrees with some of the president's policies, but doesn't always agree with the way he puts those policies in place.
Senator Rand Paul called the president's behavior Thursday, citing his memorandum on immigration reform, lawless.
I think there needs to be a constitutional challenge to what he's doing. There needs to be a rebuke to what he's doing. I'm in favor of the House immediately passing a resolution saying that what he did goes against existing immigration law, that he's creating new law, and that it's unconstitutional.
The Commonwealth's junior U.S. Senator told KCO members Friday the president isn't showing any sign of compromise.
So far, his inclination, what his statements have been, is he's not really willing to work with a new Republican majority.
Working across party lines is something Senator Paul hinted at Friday if he were to run for president. He says he'll make that decision in the spring. For now, he is focused on running for a second term as senator.
For announcing for the U.S. Senate, I am going to run, so it's not that much of an announcement. We're going to announce some endorsements for running for the U.S. Senate probably next week or the week after.
You'll hear much more from Senator Paul in regards to the president's address about immigration reform coming up on WKYT at 6 in Lexington. Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
Right now, state law in Kentucky would only allow Paul's name to be on the ballot for either senator or president in 2016. He's still considering whether or not to challenge that law.
A chain reaction crash ends with a car hitting a house. It happened at Highland Park and Marcellus in Lexington this morning. We're told a car headed down Highland Park hit an SUV at the intersection. The crash sent the car spinning into a light pole and then a hydrant and then hit the house. The driver of the car went to the hospital for chest pains.
It's possible she could have went through that if the speed was a little faster, but, you know, I don't know. Just grace of God that she didn't hit, you know, it wasn't hurt as bad as she was or whatever.
The driver of the SUV wasn't hurt. The crash damaged some siding to the house, but it is still structurally sound.
A grand jury has indicted a man accused in 2 robberies. Our county-by-county coverage begins in Clark County. Curtis Wilkerson is charged with robbery and burglary for a holdup at the 96 truck stop in September. The owner fired a gun at Wilkerson and Devon Marshall during the robbery. Marshall died from his wounds 2 days later. Wilkerson is also accused of robbing a taxi driver the day before. In an interview from jail with us, he told us he did not commit either crime. In Warren County, work continues to fill that massive sinkhole at the Corvette Museum. Museum officials tweeted this picture this morning. They say that crews had to shoot concrete into that area. It's one of many steps needed to fill the hole. The sinkhole opened up in February and swallowed 8 rare Corvettes. The hole is expected to be repaired by July.
The Wildcats returning to Rupp tonight. They remain undefeated as they head into their 4th game of the regular season. WKYT's Rob Bromley is live for us now at Wildcat Central with a preview. Hi, Rob.
Hello, Amber and Sam, and welcome back into Wildcat Central. #1 team in the country back on its home court tonight as the Wildcats return to Rupp and they take on Boston University. And of course, the Big Blue Nation is still absolutely buzzing about the Cats' big win over Kansas. Much of the country's buzzing about it for that matter. Point guard Andrew Harrison wants to see better offensive execution, and he said yesterday he needs to trigger it.
I'm just trying to be a leader, and I'm just trying to get better every day, and I have a long way to go. Just talking, make sure everyone's loose, make sure the pressure's not on them, and just trying to help out any way I can. I have the experience, and I feel like we've been through a lot as a team and as an individual, so I feel like I can help.
So it is Kentucky and Boston U tonight. They're going to tip it off at 7 o'clock, and you can see it on Fox Sports Network. Our collectible, you can get them right here at the Civic Center at Kentucky branded. It is right next door to Wildcat Central. So come down and see us. Coming up in sports just before 6 o'clock, we'll hear from the UK legend Dan Issel. He's back in town with his wife Sherry. We'll tell you what they're doing, get Dan's thoughts on this year's Kentucky Wildcats ranked #1. Dan and Louis Dampier are downstairs right now signing autographs. Come down and see them. Stay with us here on WKYT. That's it from Wildcat Central. Sam and Amber, back to you.
All right, Rob, we appreciate it. Thank you. After tonight's game, the Cats are back in action Sunday when Montana State comes into Rupp.
What caused this commotion in a busy downtown area? We'll show you the events leading up to the mess.
Hospital gowns, they aren't always known for keeping you covered. We'll show you the alternative one hospital has come up with. That's in Better Living.
And a community is mourning the death of its mayor-elect. We'll look at what they'll have to do to move forward on WKYT News at 5:30.